Ice Punch forces the final Protect Shield, and it's all down to Sneasler to do the heavy lifting, tasked with soloing the entire team. Sneasler instantly going to be giving up that Protect Shield, blocking up the incoming fly. However, we do get a very nice Shadow Claw running start. Out comes the ever annoying Silly Electric Fish. We farm up, fire off the close combat, get that Lantern off my screen. We've now got a double debuff defense. Out comes Diggersby. It's going to be a race. We farm up. We're able to reach the close combat on the charge attack prior, but is it enough? 2 knockouts? Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. So welcome back to the channel. In less than 24 hours, Season 20 goes live, and PvP as we know it is going to change, and in my opinion for the better. It is going to be the time of the glass cannon. We've got 2 really exciting changes coming. Firstly, the switch time is reverting from 60 seconds to 50 seconds, which means you're going to need something that hits very hard to get rid of them tanky save switches. Hence, the glass cannons will rise up. Secondly, a lot of moves that generate good energy. I say good, fantastic energy. 4.5 EPT, Poison Sting, Fairy Wind, and the one I'm most looking forward to, Karate Chop, are all getting buffs, which means Pokemon that hit hard are going to be spamming them hard hitting charge moves at an alarming rate. Today we're taking a look at 2 glass cannons that were absolutely lethal in Season 19 to end the season in style. Huge shout out to XD for the battle submission. Without any further ado, let's get into the battle. And in game 1, we lead Alolan Sandalash into the hot air balloon Drifblim. This is a pretty good matchup for us, however we do need to be mindful the opponent has got access to Mystical Fire. That would hit the double super effective. XD puts up that Protect Shield. The opponent fires off the Mystical Fire, lowering our damage output. However, Alolan Sandslash doesn't really care, as this Ice Punch still going to land for big damage, and we force a Protect Shield back. The opponent continues to stay in. XD looking to get this hot air balloon off the battlefield, fires off the next Ice Punch. Ice Punch forces the opponent all shields down. At this point, Sandslash has done its job. I imagine we're going to no shield. XD agrees, allowing the opponent to fire off the Mystical Fire, and we can send out Sneasler and look to get a very nice running start. The opponent stays in, giving us a very nice farm down. What wants to tank this energy? Oh boy. Dragonair isn't the answer the opponent's looking for. Dragonair going to be straight in and straight out. Close combat easily picks up that one-hit KO. Out comes the unshielded Bear Trap. The opponent looking for that mud shot. Farm down Sneasler like, nah, it's not happening. Fires off the next close combat and sweeps the back line. And we're off to a very quick 1-0 start. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we hard win lead Alolan Sandslash, aka Sonic the Hedgehog, into Gallade. The opponent says no thank you. Say switch into Gramble, which also has a losing matchup. XD fires off the Ice Punch, forcing the opponent's first Protect Shield. XD able to outpace to the next Ice Punch. Is the opponent willing to 2-shield in the mid-game? They are not. Gramble sacrificed to the Pokegods. We then pivot into Sneasler. Sneasler getting torn apart by the wing attacks. XD looking to completely stack Sneasler, using it as the damage sponge. Point to note, Sneasler not a very good damage sponge whatsoever. Back out comes Sandslash. Sandslash able to outpace to the Ice Punch. Ice Punch will be securing the knockout. The opponent then sends out Wigglytuff. Oh boy. Double Charm. Are you serious? Double Charm into double fighting. Usually not the best matchup. However, we managed to force the opponent's final Protect Shield. Wigglytuff will be taking neutral from close combat. The question is close combat enough? 2 knockouts? Bang! There it is. Shout out Oxford U for that quote. And Gallade is a Wigglytuff counter confirmed. You heard it here first. In the next battle, Sonic the Hedgehog once again wins lead. The opponent save switches into Umbreon, and we respond with Sneasler. Sneasler gonna put up that Protect Shield, blocking up the Psychic. Holy cow. That certainly would have one-shot, as it is double super effective. XD not baiting, full send in the close combat. The close combat goes unshielded. Umbreon, one of the thickest mon in the format, gets one-shot. The opponent's like, fuck this game, fuck the algorithm, concede the match, and we're moving on to the next one. We lead Sonic the Hedgehog into the Silly Electric Fish. The opponent goes straight for a Surf. Sonic, by far the bulkiest member of the team, so we're going to tank the damage, and we see the pivot into Gallade. Out comes the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Bird of Death. In theory, we're completely walled here, but Gallade really doesn't care about type-ins. Close combat, holy cow, lands for so much damage. Gallade actually going to force a Protect Shield here, or just straight up take switch. The opponent gives up that Protect Shield. We then send back out Sonic. Look to fire off the Ice Punch, but unfortunately lose CMP. XD happy to invest the Protect Shield, looking to remove Talonflame from the field of play. The opponent actually chooses to go all in on Talonflame and commit to the Incinerate farm down. Let's go Sneasler, buddy. It's all down to you to pull off the tall task of 1v3 in the team. We shield up the fly, commit to the Shadow Claw farm down. The opponent sends back out that silly electric fish, but this fish is going to be straight in and straight out. Get that lantern off my screen. The opponent then sends out Diggersby. Oh baby, it's going to be a race. Sneasler able to farm up, fire off close combat on the charge attack priority. Close combat picks up that one hit KO and Sneasler sweeps the entire team. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see Dragonite in the lead. The opponent instantly retreats into Shadow Gator. XD stays in, looking for some chip and dip action, fires off the Ice Punch, and then sends out Sneasler. I don't dislike that chip and dip action, as that is going to allow Sneasler to just go straight Aerial Ace here and not have to worry about landing a close combat. In fairness, these Shadow Claws are doing so much damage to Gator. We fire off the Aerial Ace on the CMP tie, picking up the knockout, and out comes Clodsire. Clodsire, in theory, resists close combat, but you know the drill. Is it going to look resisted? Nope. It still does a huge chunk of damage. Sneasler still not done. Going to fire off the departing Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace not going to do too much, but does command a Protect Shield. XD sends out Gallade. We see the instant no shield deployed. The opponent full send the Earthquake, which lands for heavy neutral damage. And we see the pivot into Sandslash. Sandslash in a tough position. We are going to shield the Earthquake, but this opens up the door for the opponent to hit us in the face for a superpower back out. Comes Dragonite. Sandslash looking to double up on charge move. Ice Punch forced the Protect Shield. We're not quite doubled up, although I believe it's only a Dragon Claw. This is Shadow and Shadow Claw. We should survive. We do survive. No, but we get Dragon Breath farm down afterwards. Gallade also gets Dragon Breath farm down, and we're going to take a heartbreaking loss. GG's to that opponent. In the next battle, we see the basic bitch tin can in the lead. The opponent says no thank you, say switch into Gator. XD going for the same strategy of looking for the chip and dip action. We fire off the Ice Punch and then send out Sneasler. I imagine XD is going to shield this move and then look to play to CMP. So if you're going to use these really glassy Pokemon, you always need to maximise your energy, as XD's doing. XD does play to the CMP tie. Aerial Ace will be picking up the knockout. The opponent looking to realign their Pokemon. XD like nah. I'm happy to go all in on Sneasler, knowing we're going to force our Protect Shield back. Likely as Sneasler hits like a truck. Sneasler does get the full Shadow Claw farm down. I highly doubt the Tin Can will be re-entering the battlefield. Oh boy, although Annihilate certainly isn't much better of an answer. We farm up, fire off the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace not the best move, but the opponent does commit that final protection. They do manage to get the full counter farm down. Oh boy. How do we play this? We're going to send out Gallade and then make a very nice catch him back onto Sandslash. Are we going to see the opponent go for an undercharge here? Nope, the opponent hits all the bubbles and near knocks us out. We then pivot into Gallade. The opponent gives up switch, send him back out Reggie. Come on, Gallade. Please hit hard enough. We maximise our energy play once again to the charge attack priority. Close combat! No! Look at that HP. Oh, Reggie just about survives, reaches the Zap Cannon, and we're going to take a heartbreaking loss. In the next battle, Sandslash into Altaria. I was expecting to see Gator safe switch, however this opponent actually sends out Charger Bug. XD looking for some chip and dip action, fires off the Drill Run, forcing a protection. We'll then see the pivot into Sneasler. Due to our sub-poison typing, the opponent is going to need to fire off a discharge to pick up the knockout. The opponent goes for the X-Scissor bait, undeterred. We're going to farm up and look to remove him from the field of play with the close combat. Close combat forces the opponent all shields down. This is such a tough spot. I think we need alignment. We don't really want Gallade with no protect shields too high behind. XD looking to keep that alignment. Shields up the X-Scissor, but we don't fire off the Aerial Ace. Oh man, things have definitely turned dire. Buckle up because we find ourselves in a shieldless game. Something's getting boomed and it looks like it's us that's going to be on the receiving end. Gallade not going to appreciate this X-Scissor. Ouch. XD banks the close combat for the road and sends out a Sandslash, getting the Powder Snow farm down. The opponent then enters the mirror behind an energy, then try and catch a Drill Run onto Altaria, giving us a very easy win com. We just need to remove Altaria from the field of play, which we do with the Ice Punch. We fire off the Drill Run. I personally wouldn't have even bothered as close combat, double super effective, easily would have picked up the knockout. However, it looks like Sonic wanting to get in on the big boom action. The opponent fires off the Ice Punch, which isn't lethal, and unfortunately they are going to concede the match. I really wanted to see the 1 HP boom, but it wasn't meant to be. In the next battle, we see Shadow and Shadow Crime very much in our favour. However, the save switch of this 9-volt battery is a huge problem. We opt to send out Gallade, which by no means has a good matchup here whatsoever. We've already seen that X-Scissor does like 85%. XD, gonna fire off the Leaf Blade. You do need 2 moves here. I think double close combat's lethal. I don't know if Leaf Blade and close combat's lethal, but we're about to find out. Come on, Gallade. Pick up that knockout. Oh, that is so agonisingly frustrating. The opponent survives on 1 HP and a dream. If you're going to lead Gligar, you've always got 2 things that are good into ice in the back. So I think we're going to be hard counting here. Let's see on the off chance. Don't be something that beats our ice type. Out comes the Quagman, and we are going to concede the match. GG's to that opponent. XD out here looking for redemption as we see another Quagman. Although this one has a very silly hat on. We say switch into Gallade, baiting out Pelipper. Very nice to bait the flyer out so Sneasler doesn't have to see it. XD fires off the Leaf Blade, force a Protect Shield. Are we just going to take our shield advantage? It looks like XD just happy with Gallade's contribution. Elects to let it go down, and we're then going to send back out Sandslash. This flying toilet is super spammy. Well, at least it is for the next 24 hours. Taking only 5 wing attacks, then 4. However, wing attack is getting nerfed, so I think the flying toilet is very much going to be extinct. XD tanks the Weather Wall, returns fire with the Ice Punch, and the theme of the video is Pokemon surviving at very minimal HP. RIP Pelipper. I actually built one of these for Ultra League this season, so I'm pretty sad it's getting nerfed. Speaking of 1 HP survives, we survive at low health and then send out Sneasler. Sneasler able to get the snipe, and back out comes the Quagman. We now find ourselves in the bait game. XD is going to need to land a close combat, and the opponent has 1 Protect Shield too high behind. The opponent then gives up switch, sending out Ferrothorn. XD farms up to the double close combat. Ideally here we want the opponent to shield. Come on trainer, put it up. That gives us a very easy win con. Especially if the opponent throw a Power Whip, which means they're going to be 6 Shadow Claws away from the next Power Whip, which is going to allow XD to farm up to the double close combat. The first one will be removing Ferrothorn from the field of play, and the Quagman is also very quickly about to meet the same fate. This only hits for neutral, but I have no doubt on my mind that it's going to pick up that 1-hit KO with Sneasler sweeping the back line. GG's, and thanks for playing. What is going on? We see yet another Quagman, but this one at least is the Shadow variant, of course the best variant ever. We say switch into Gallade, and again we're met by Charger Bug. By no means fantastic. This time XD goes straight for the close combat. The opponent reluctant to throw a charge move, so we're going to fire off the Leaf Blade, which hopefully forces a Protect Shield, and it does. At least we managed to gain ourselves some kind of advantage here in the mid game. XD sends back out Sandslash. I imagine we're going to no-shield everything and put all our hopes and dreams on the back of a 2-shielded Sneasler. I've been doing that a lot recently in Ultra League with Shadow Charizard. Essentially save it 2 Protect Shields. As long as the opponent doesn't have fast move pressure, usually pretty good to go. It looks like XD looking for the Powder Snow farm down. Unfortunately, we're unable to get it as we've got so much energy. XD is going to invest a Protect Shield here, and we're not in 1 mud shot range. The opponent sends back out the Quagman. We're going to fire off the Duron. Despite this not getting same type attack bonus, it actually is better DP than the Ice Punch. We force the opponent's final Protect Shield, send out Sneasler, and out comes Skarmory. It's like deja vu. Once again, Sneasler looking for the double up. We're going to burn the final Protect Shield, blocking up the incoming Sky attack. We're now doubled up on close combat. Skarmory's flying typing means this only hits for neutral, but Sneasler really does not care about typings. The first close combat removes Skarmory from the battlefield, and the second close combat is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Heading into the final battle, it doesn't even come with a 3, 2, 1 countdown, but luckily I talk far too much nonsense at an alarming rate, so we're just going to roll straight into the commentary. We see Shadow Alolan Sandslash into King Cradilly. The opponent safe switches into Shadow Gator, and we send out Gallade. Gallade fired off the first Leaf Blade, forcing a Protect Shield. The opponent 2 shields in the mid game, and you know what that means. When shields are down, Shadow Sneasler absolutely goes to town. XD sends out Sandslash to operate as the damage sponge. We look to fire off the Drill Run, but lose CMP. XD decides it's worth shielding just to get this thing a lot lower, and I don't disagree with that decision, as we would get torn apart by the Shadow Gator's Shadow Claws. XD goes to the undercharge, looks to snipe with Sneasler. The opponent send out Typhlosion. Luckily for us, we've got a Protect Shield to hide behind. We shield up the Thunder Punch. XD gonna overfarm before firing off the Close Combat. Close Combat easily gonna knock out Typhlosion. Typhlosion, a very glassy Pokemon. Can the opponent's Gator now farm us down? Oh boy, the opponent sends out Cradily. Trainer, you're going to live to regret that decision. Close Combat picks up that one-hit KO. Back out comes Gator, and it looks like we Simul KO, but Sandslash is alive, so we're going to emerge victorious. GG's, and thanks for playing. And that is going to wrap things up, not only for today's video, but for Season 19. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. A link to a battle submission form is down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.